kind of international Bhakta program, yes.
So,
We're speaking sometimes in English, sometimes in Hungarian, and with translation.
well, what made you all decide to take this program up? Why?
I wanted to develop my love for Krishna.
Okay.
Develop spiritually. And I got the opportunity to learn from good opportunity. I was here.
All right, and you?
For me, digging deep into the philosophy and reading more the scriptures, that really helps, I guess, in developing emotions and connection with Krishna. So, and it's my special interest.
And you're from where?
Italy.
Italy.
I like to be with devotees and like Srila Prabhupada books.
I do too. You're from where?
Hungary.
I'm trying to practice Krishna consciousness here since 30 years.
She's my wife.
Oh.
And we are holding this Bhakta program together. She's taking care for about the girls, and I am the boys.
You've been together for how many years? 20 years. 24 years. How nice. What do you think? Nice?
I came here to understand more the philosophy and to experience this perspective of God. And
perspective of God?
This way to reach Him. And to learn how to love others more.
Okay.
I always had some kind of connection with God, but I used to be a Christian, so I felt like something is missing, and I was searching, and I found Krishna consciousness at Page. I'm also from Hungary, and then I had the opportunity to come here to Krishna Valley, and I really wanted to try how to live a simple life and how to and I enjoy it.
And now you are doing the perfection of Christianity.
They are sisters.
Oh, these two?
Yeah.
How fortunate. Two from one family. Yes.
I would like to find a way how can I live my life, how it's worth it. What is worth it. And also I have the connection with God, but I would like to deepen it, and I would like to learn and practice this kind of life.
To me, it seemed like a logical decision that after my studies I will spend some time with Krishna conscious people. So I came for like a definite period, 6 months, and this is 1 month I studied here in Krishna world.
So you've been here 1 month so far, out of 6?
No, I've been 5 months in the Budapest temple, and this is my 1 month starting the Hague.
You finished your studies. What did you study?
Computer science and engineering.
Computer science and
I'm here because of Krishna.
I am too.
So that I can serve him and love him. And as close as I want to get to him, get close to him as possible.
All right. Sriman Leela Sukha Prabhu, what should we discuss?
We have some
Vannak
questions.
kérdéseink.
Okay.
Opsi.
Hát, hogy kezdjük a tétben.
Questions in spiritual life should be about two things.
Két dologra kell szólni a spirituális életben feltett kérdéseknek.
What will increase our bhakti
Mi fogja a bhaktinkat növelni?
or block it or slow it down? So those are the two main themes of questions. And when you're concerned with asking such questions, that is a sign of your spiritual health. Just like when you want to achieve a goal, you are always thinking what will help me to get the goal quicker and what will block my progress. Questions? Oh, they're written down. Oh.
Okay.
Write it down so nicely that I know I don't know if I remember it that way.
What is the exact definition of attentive chanting? What is the process by which one is able to judge if the chanting is attentive or not, or to analyze it?
First of all, you have to deal with the physical surroundings of your chanting. That's the easiest thing and the first step which must be done. Your environment for chanting, is it distraction free? And how are you dealing with your phone? Are you in a quiet, uncluttered place? Are you rested enough? Or you stayed up all night before on social media? All those things, all those factors contribute to the physical dimension of your chanting. Actually, what I'm telling you is that soon you start to think about how every aspect of your life point to attentive chanting situations. How can I eat so that I'll be attentive when chanting? How can I sleep so I'll be attentive in chanting? So actually your whole lifestyle becomes focused on the goal of attentive chanting. But the effort begins with sorting out your physical environment. If you're chanting in a cluttered place full of distractions, you'll make your chanting process difficult. You're trying to chant and someone's trying to talk to you. Your phone is ringing or getting messages. All these things are the first step for you to deal with. Because you want to give the chanting quality time. That's a very popular expression regarding relationships. Each person expects quality time. That phrase, those words have gone around the world. But why not give quality time to chanting? Chanting is the most personal activity. Krishna is the same as his name. A few of you have said you wanted to increase your attraction for Krishna, to love Krishna. Krishna is the same as his name. So in that, knowing that, you can understand how you are only as good as your chanting. Not about your religious beliefs, but are you giving the Hare Krishna mantra quality time? So you're always concerned with your relationship with the holy name. So we talked about the physical aspects of your chanting. And then, of course, there's the more difficult aspect. The wild mind. As it seems, as soon as you try to control your mind, it beats you up. And you may feel discouraged. But if you try every day to attentively hear the Hare Krishna mantra, gradually the mind becomes subdued. Often when you first start attentive chanting, you may be shocked by all the wildness of your mind. And some people even make the mistake at that stage of thinking, I was a nice person and then I started chanting and all this crazy things came to my mind. I should stop chanting. Maybe some of you have noticed this. But just understand, it's like in some houses, especially older houses, there's attic upstairs. You know attic? Yes. And people store things up there. They rarely go up there. So one day you decide, I'll do my annual cleaning of the attic. And it looks so peaceful here. So I'll do a quick cleaning and that'll be fine. So you have your cleaning instrument, and as soon as you start cleaning, the whole air fills with dust. You never thought that all that dust was there before. Everything looks still and quiet and peaceful in the attic. Why? Because you never cleaned there. But as soon as you start cleaning, dust is flying everywhere. So, oh my God. Let me stop. Just sometimes people, when they start chanting, they experience this. And they think it's the mantra, not them. But they never tried to clean their consciousness before. So therefore, as soon as they start the cleaning process with the mantra, they're shocked by all the dust that starts to fly around. They were thinking about themselves. I'm a nice person. I'm not the greatest saint, but I'm not the worst person. And now I start chanting 60 rounds every day, and I see all these bad things about me. I should just stop chanting and go back to normal life. Or let's say you're working in the fields here at New Brajadam. You're helping with the cows or the agriculture. And then at the end of the day you take a shower and look at all this mud and dirt on me. What do you do then? You jump out of the shower? That's too much. All this dirt coming off of me. I didn't see it during the day. No, you stay in the shower until you're clean. Why jump out prematurely? So the first step in attentive chanting is that we submit to the purification process. And we become dedicated to it. Again, often it is said, you're only as good as your japa. But sometimes we have the attitude that, well, I believe in Krishna. I've adopted this religious belief. That's the main thing. It's not so important that I just mumble my japa. The main thing is I believe, I've accepted the doctrine. That is incorrect. Your spiritual enthusiasm is shown in your japa. So if you lay that foundation properly, you can easily build your bhakti on that foundation. Persons who have, any of you here have a yoga background? Yeah, little. Okay. Persons who have a yoga background, I advise that understand this japa is a yoga discipline. It's not some casual religious practice. So persons who have studied martial arts or yoga, they know, physical yoga, they know that some discipline is required. So they should apply that understanding to chanting Hare Krishna. There were two parts to that question, or I covered it?
What is the process by which one is able to judge if the chanting is attentive or not, or to analyze it?
Well, as I said, first you look at your chanting environment, the surrounding external environment, and then you know when you're paying attention to something. Think about times in your life when you really concentrated on doing something. I don't know, maybe playing tennis or doing schoolwork. So you know how to concentrate. When you really want something, you concentrate on it. So it's not a great mystery to know when we're focused our mind on chanting. Gradually, our goal is to call out to Krishna like a child calls out for a mother. when you feel dependent on Krishna, naturally you'll call out like a child calling for mother. We're taking shelter of the Hare Krishna mantra. Just like you see a little child climb on the mother's lap. Similarly, we take shelter of the Hare Krishna mantra in that way. Anything else?
We have a chanting question also.
Could I have my paper? It's better if I use it. Yes, I also had a question about chanting. Unfortunately, when I'm chanting, often I see it as a fruitive activity. I'm chanting because I want to progress spiritually.
Good. I do too. What's the problem?
I don't know. The problem is, I don't feel like I'm progressing. I think.
Well, that's good to have humility.
And when I chant my rounds, I feel that mostly I'm just doing it out of duty, and I think it will help me. So I'm. Just
It will help you.
No, I'm not stopping. Don't worry.
Yes, but all the things you're saying are true.
Okay. Yes, and if I do extra rounds, it's not because I miss Krishna so much, but I think I have nothing better to do. I think it's good to do, so I feel like chanting a few more rounds.
Yeah, good. So do I. That's why. Yeah, I just feel like chanting, so I'll just chant. What's the problem?
I feel like I don't feel like I get a response, and I think and people tell me
you're demanding a response.
No, but you tell me also if you chant 16 rounds, then the dirt will come out. But
gradually,
I want some dirt, but
instant, overnight, huh?
Yeah, I've been chanting 16 rounds maybe for 1 month now.
Oh my God, 1 month! Such a long time. He's been chanting for 1 month.
Yes.
And you haven't turned into a Paramahansa.
I don't know what it is.
Beyond the material energy and fully connected to the spiritual energy. You haven't turned into that. What you have signed up for, actually, is a lifetime career. We're lifetime career people enrolled in the Academy of Chanting Hare Krishna. But even from the very beginning, the results are beyond what you can imagine. But then, as you develop, there's more and more and more. You've been chanting for 1 month now. Don't you notice the change in you? I'm sure everyone else does.
Maybe.
Your lifestyle has changed?
I mean, I was living here, so...
Well, that's a big change.
My roommate says yes. So.
That's a big change. What were you like before? In the Netherlands?
I was traveling for 2 years.
Doing what?
Being lost.
So now you're not. Now you are found. Your life has changed.
Yes.
You were traveling for 2 years where?
Europe, different places, Sweden, Norway, Spain.
And just going here and there, that's all? Just looking?
Yeah, trying to find some purpose or some...
So all you did was just go from one place to another, nothing more?
Nothing more.
And now?
Now I'm in one place, which is a lot better.
Yes. So that's a great improvement, yes?
I have some goals I'm working towards.
What are your goals?
Improving spiritually.
Okay, so what's the problem? You just want everything quickly?
I think so.
Cheaply.
I'm willing to pay, but I want to pay quickly, you know. I don't want to pay 20 cents a day.
Then enthusiastically engage in devotional service. If that's what you really want.
Yes.
My advice to you then is that you dive deep into the pool of devotional service and don't worry about what you're getting. Just go for a deep dive and you'll see what happens. It's not like going to a laundromat, you know. You put your money in and automatically the laundry machine starts turning. Krishna is personal. So if you really want what you said, then dive deeply into devotional service. How old are you?
23.
23. So my advice, I was 22 when I started. My advice is just dive deeply and then let what happens, happens. You've done that in material life, right? In your material life, you were traveling and just what happens, happens.
Yes, exactly.
So why can't you do that for Krishna and you'll get the best result? Just say, okay, I'm diving deeply into devotional service. What happens, happens. And then a year from now, you come up for air and do an analysis. That's how to have fun. So you see the pool of bhakti, devotional service, you dive deep into it. And then after a year you come up for air and let me see how I've changed. Let me see what is the difference. You're only 23, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's 1 year of your life?
Not so much.
Yes, you already wasted 23 years. Anything else?
So, Prabhupada was encouraging people that speak a particular language or that come from a certain culture to go and matching places, so some places that have it's kind of like same culture, like same language, and preach there somehow. For example, there's the example of Shivaram Maharaj that was sent here to Hungary because he had, among all the other reasons, his origins were also from Hungary. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you if you think that it is preferred to do such a thing after the beginning phase of obviously understanding the philosophy, the etiquette, and being settled with the spiritual practices. If you advise generally to do such a thing, so I don't know if it's clear.
It's clear. You can't generalize and make some kind of injunction about that. I mean, I'm born in New York, but I'm not in New York. I've been in serving Krishna, I've been on every continent of the world. His Holiness Shivaram Maharaj has been in Canada, has been in the USA serving Krishna, UK. So it's not a strict rule. You're from Italy, so you must go back to Italy. There are persons here from the UK, persons here from other countries, and they just even learn Hungarian. So what should we do? No, you can't stay here. You must go back to your country. Everything depends on how you can best serve Krishna. What's the best environment for serving Krishna? Maybe if I were your age and I came here, I would say, I never want to leave here. I could just stay here and be with Lila Sukha. So there's no strict rule. So if you like it here, you can stay here. There's no strict rule that because you're from this place, you must be there. This is the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and so persons serve Krishna in so many places, sometimes where they were born, sometimes where they were not born. But now you are here. There must be a reason. There must be a reason why you chose to come here, yeah? What was the reason?
Well, I randomly found this place actually, and I didn't know it was a spiritual eco-village. I just knew that it was an eco-village.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, I really understood the philosophy. I understood that religion doesn't mean institution, and there are different things. And then, so I was advised then, when I decided that I want to understand more about spirituality, that it should be the most important thing actually of human's life, yeah. So I was advised to go to the Budapest temple because obviously they are very much connected, and so that's how I started here somehow. But yeah.
You were traveling, or
I was traveling also for 1 year or so.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here you are now. Make the most of the opportunity. It's a very beautiful place here, special in all the world. And it'll become even more important now as people see the need for eco-communities striving for self-sufficiency, as the world gets crazier and crazier, and talk about food shortages and nations making nuclear threats and all kinds of madness is going on. So if you can be here, you get in on the ground level, you know. Of a project that will ever increase in its importance. Anything else?
I have one question, if I can.
Sure.
Do you have any tips to make the morning program less mechanical internally? In the sense, for example, like the Tulasi Devi part for me, for example, is difficult to feel it somehow.
Difficult to
Feel it.
Oh yes, that's just listen to the words, and gradually the experience goes deeper and deeper. Just participate. How long have you been here?
Particularly here, just 2-3 days, but I've been in the Budapest temple for 3 months.
Okay. So gradually all the activities of the morning program will go deeper and deeper into your heart. For some people, you know, it's love at first sight. For others, it takes some time to build up the lasting relationship. There's no formula. Trying to remember what it was like when I first went to the morning program. Well, maybe I was a little different because before I started going to the temple, I had read Prabhupada's books 4 hours a day for 6 months straight. I loved the books, but I didn't want to associate with devotees. I thought they were strange. And that I was normal. Later, of course, by reading the book so much, I realized I'm strange.